I used to suck at making Chinese food until I made these noodles. They are tossed in a simple sauce that completely changed how I cook Chinese food at home. And it's not some restaurant secret or a 20 ingredient master sauce, it's just 3 ingredients you probably already have in your pantry right now. Back in the day, I would load up my wok with soy, oyster sauce, and even chili oil. It smelled great, but tasted noisy. Like every condiment was fighting for attention. But once I got the balance of salt, acid, and sweet right, everything else almost fixed itself. This one sauce can do it all. You can toss it into noodles, reduce it into a glaze, or whisk it with a little mayo for a quick marinade that makes chicken and corn ribs taste ridiculously good. So let me show you how to build it and how understanding the mechanics behind this one sauce can improve your Chinese cooking by miles. Let's dive in. To make this sauce, we need to tap into 4 core flavors: salt, sweet, sour, and umami. Soy sauce will bring the salt and umami, honey or brown sugar adds the sweet, and vinegar gives you that clean, sour edge. How much of each? Equal parts. That's the whole trick. So I'm going with 1 cup of soy sauce, 1 cup of vinegar, and 1 cup honey. Now you can scale this down to tablespoons if you are cooking a small batch, but honestly it's better to make a large batch and keep it in the fridge. It stays good for weeks and saves you from chasing condiments every time you cook. Once in, stir it all with a whisk and give it a quick taste. It should feel balanced, salty first, then bright and a little sweet at the end. Now from here on, you can start building complexity. Add a spoon of sriracha or chili crisp for heat and aroma, a touch of ketchup or tomato paste for tang and body, sesame oil for a nutty finish, or a splash of stock if you want a thinner, savory stir-fry base. If you want it to cling to your noodles, chicken, or vegetables, thicken it slightly. The classic way is a slurry, 1 part cornstarch mixed with 2 parts of cold water. That's 1:2 ratio of cornstarch to cold water. Stir the slurry into the sauce while it's simmering and bring it to a gentle boil. It'll turn glossy and coat whatever you toss in it. If you instead want a glaze style finish, skip the slurry and let the sauce reduce a little longer. Same result but deeper flavor. Now once you understand the base, you can swap within flavor families to design sauces for any mood. Replace part of the soy sauce with fish sauce for an extra umami depth. Use oyster sauce instead of some honey for a glossy, savory sweet profile. Switch vinegar for lime juice or rice wine if you want lighter acidity. And add miso or hoisin to tilt it towards Japanese or Cantonese styles of cooking. To keep this info handy, feel free to screenshot this and put it on your fridge. Truth is, when you start paying attention to these 4 flavors, salt, sweet, sour, and umami, every sauce you have ever tasted suddenly starts to make sense. Think of flavor like a compass. Every direction points to one taste: salt, sweet, sour, and umami. The closer you stay to the middle, the more balanced your sauce feels. Move too far in one direction and that flavor starts to take over. Sweet and sour sauce leans up this way, sweet and tangy, not too much salt. Teriyaki leans the other way, rich with soy and sugar, deeper and savory. Kung Pao, whereas, stays right near the center, balanced, clean, and everything in harmony. Most great sauces you have had aren't random. They just sit somewhere on this map. You tweak the direction until it tastes just right for you. Next, let me show you how this base sauce we made can be used for stir fries and even marinades. For the stir fry, we'll do noodles because for most home cooks, that's the one that usually goes wrong. Let's keep it simple: scallions and ginger for aromatics. Take a bunch of scallions, separate the whites from the green parts, cut the greens into inch-long pieces and slice the whites thin. That's what gives that sharp, fragrant base you smell in a good stir fry. Then thinly slice some peeled ginger, chop it fine, almost a mince, so it melts in the oil instead of sitting there raw. And that's all the prep you need. Now before we move on, let's address the elephant in the room, the wok. The best ones are carbon steel, but stainless steel works fine too. That's what I'm using here. If you love cooking Asian food, a wok is worth getting. Think of it like an investment that lasts forever. A regular frying pan can work in a pinch, but it's harder to get that quick sear because pans are smaller and lose heat fast. Cast iron or stainless steel skillets are better options. They hold heat and spread it evenly. Now, if you must use a pan, try to avoid non-stick here because at very high temperatures, the coating can break down and release toxic fumes and ruin both your food as well as your pan. Stir frying requires serious heat, guys, and non-stick just isn't built for that. Back to the wok, I'm going to boil some water and cook my egg noodles in it. Once they're done, drain them and crank the heat up really high. If you're using stainless steel, do a quick water drop test. The droplets should dance and glide on the surface. That's how you know it's hot enough. Now add a bit of oil, pour in 3 lightly salted whisked eggs, scramble them quickly and put them out back in the same bowl that you whisked them in. Keep the heat up, add another splash of oil and throw in your aromatics. Let them sizzle for about 30 seconds until they smell amazing. Then add the noodles, toss them constantly for a minute or two, do not let them sit. You want movement, not mush. After this, add the eggs back and stir vigorously. Make a little space on the side and bring in that secret sauce we made earlier. Let it hit the pan and sizzle for a few seconds. Tilt the wok so the sauce caramelizes a bit on the edge. Once it starts bubbling, mix everything together. Now the sauce should coat the noodles evenly, glossy, slightly sticky and full of aroma. Now give it a taste and season with salt and white pepper powder for that funky kick. Mix it all together so it's all incorporated in the noodles. And now it's time to plate it up and take a second to appreciate how far this simple technique gets you. The noodles stay bouncy, not clumped. The sauce clings perfectly, it's balanced and not greasy. You can taste that hit of soy, the sweetness rounding it out, the sharpness of vinegar cutting through just enough, and every bite feels deliberate, like something you'd actually crave again. And that's it, perfectly balanced stir-fried noodles that finally taste better than what most restaurants would serve. Next up, let's take the same sauce in a different direction, as a marinade for chicken and corn ribs. To turn our base sauce into a marinade, just add a spoon of mayo. It thickens the sauce and helps it cling to whatever you are cooking. I'm also adding some garlic and onion powder. You can even throw in crushed Sichuan peppercorns or a little gochujang if you want a little heat and a bit of kick. Now, unbeknown to me, this glass bowl turned out to be a bit small, so I had to switch for a bigger steel bowl, much better. As you can see, I've scored some chicken legs and cut a few corn ribs, both of which are ideal for this marinade. Pour the marinade over them, toss until every edge is coated, and let it rest in the fridge anywhere from 30 minutes to up to 2 days. Now I'm going to air fry mine today, but you can cook them outdoors on the grill and they turn out fantastic. For the air fryer, chicken takes about 10 to 12 minutes at 375F and the corn ribs around 6 to 8 at the same temperature. When they come out, they're golden and caramelized on the edges and still juicy inside. The chicken picks up that sweet, salty, sharp balance, and the corn ribs curl into these crisp, chewy bites that explode with umami. Guys, the best part is that this sauce keeps beautifully in the fridge for weeks. Store it in a deli container, give it a shake, and it's ready whenever you need it for a quick stir fry, a glaze, or another batch of marinade. And that brings us back to the idea behind it all, that simple flavor map: salt, sweet, sour, and umami. Every dish you saw today, the noodles, the chicken, the corn ribs, all came from moving around that same grid. Once you understand and learn to apply this fundamental concept, you can build any flavor you want without a recipe and without any guesswork. 3 ingredients, 4 flavors, and infinite directions. Now, I hope this helped make Chinese cooking at home feel a bit less mysterious to you and a lot more deliberate. If it did, consider subscribing to this channel. I post videos that help you understand why cooking works, not just how. And if you like this video, you'll definitely enjoy this next video on the screen. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.